Welcome once again to another episode of Lessons to My Diary. With me, I have Nandera Elizabeth Fortunate. She's passionate about agriculture, climate change, and education. She owns an organization called United Soaring Youth Africa and Wusia Paradise Farms. Elizabeth, welcome to Lessons to My Diary. It's been an honor having you here.
It's good to be here too.
Who is Elizabeth?
So thank you so much, Derek, for that very wonderful and elaborate introduction.
Yeah.
And thank you for an honor to be invited here on the Lessons to My Diary.
Yeah.
I've been following the conversations and I would say I have learned a lot from the podcast that you've been hosting.
Yeah.
One of the things that I can highlight that I got to learn from your podcast is you cannot think outside the box if you're still inside the box. I think that was by Lagu, something like that.
Eligu of
Okay,
Touch the Islam, actually.
Yeah, it was very standout statement for me. So thank you for the good work.
I really appreciate it. It means a lot.
Yeah, I hope other young people can really find interest in your podcasts. So my name is Fortunate Elizabeth Nandera Omeneloba. I am a Christ-like farmer.
Yeah.
That means I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be a landmark kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a Christ-like farmer.
Yeah.
Passionately embracing wealth creation
Yeah.
for generational impact. If you look through all my social media platforms, that's like my introductory bit.
Yeah.
And I carry it to every platform that I go to. Yes.
Talk to us about United Soaring Youth Africa. What is your mission?
Okay, so United Soaring Youth Africa is a youth-led organization that looks forward to inspiring young people to be very practical with the activities that they are passionate about.
Yeah.
It's not just about empowering them, but we want to have a society that is a go-getter,
Yeah.
a society that gets to a ground and do what they should love to do.
Yeah.
So United Soaring Youth Africa, like you stated, in my passions, there are the thematic areas that we stand on,
Yeah.
agriculture, education, and climate change. But then it does not limit us to only those thematic areas.
Yes.
Because as you hear from the name, United Soaring Youth Africa,
Yeah.
we are dealing with young people that are soaring in the different fields that they are at. So literally our intention is to see young people soaring, and when you're soaring together, you do more than when you're soaring alone.
Yeah.
So it is a collection of a group literally of young people that are soaring in their different spaces, and those ones that are aspiring to soar.
Wow. What childhood traits or behaviors or growing up, what childhood memories have shaped the leader you are today?
Well, I grew up from a village. I didn't grow up from Kampala.
Yeah.
I come from Busia. From my name, I'm a Samia. And I didn't grow up from town. So I was raised and groomed by the entire village. Yeah. So one of the things that inspired what I am today from my childhood memories is the fact that my parents were very selfless to see me in school.
Yeah.
And at this point of time where I'm also responsible for some other children to see that they are in school and some other people to see that in school, I realize the responsibility that my parents had and how heavy it was for them. Indeed, educating a child or educating anyone is sacrifice. It's not because someone has a lot or enough, but it is complete sacrifice.
Yeah.
So with my childhood memory is how very selfless my parents were to see that we are beyond the ordinary, to see they saw us in good schools, they saw us get exposed in different platforms, which somehow made us stand out from other young people. But also the other memory that I recall, I come from a Christian background, and I need to highlight something that has really held me together, that is Christ. And the beautiful memories that I had from childhood are the Sunday school times that we had, and I'll not fail to highlight the Samaritan Pass gifts that we used to get when we were young. So those are the two best memories that I have.
tell us about the beginning of your journey. Did you just start with agriculture? Where did your journey start? How have you worked along your journey?
Well, my journey started with a passion for education.
Yes.
I needed to see very many young people in school because after realizing how much I have achieved from the exposure through education, I realized everyone deserves to have the platform,
Yes.
deserves to go to school, deserves to have that kind of network at school. Everyone deserves their knowledge or their brain to be unlocked when they're in school.
Yes.
And yet, some of the young people that I grew up with, the ones that I term as my childhood friends,
yes.
somehow they were not privileged enough to be in a space that I went through. And the same story replays itself because there are still some other young people that are not in school. So then I thought to myself, I need to contribute to the education sector. I need to at least contribute to someone's education, to shape someone's future, to contribute actually to someone's destiny. Yeah, to fit in the space of destiny helper.
Yeah.
And then I realized I cannot do it because I did not have the money. Education is expensive. And I had to have some bit of money to see that I can contribute to children's education. So at first, I reached out to my friends at university, and I thought maybe I should reach out to the young people that I resonate with, that I relate with on a daily basis to see that we contribute to the kids' education. Because education in the rural community does not cost more than 50,000 Ugandan shillings.
Yes.
And that is really simple change to some of us, people like Derek.
Wow.
That is like change to people like Derek. Oh, even the young people that I was resonating with, my friends. So that was the very first idea that came to mind. But I also know the time comes when you're completely dry. You don't even have 1,000 Ugandan shillings in your pocket. So how would I sustain my children in school, even at a point when the youth are not in position to contribute? Then I had to come up with a business idea. So after making the needs assessment, that there is an education gap in our community, then I have to come up with an income generating activity to see that I contribute to the education sector. And that's how I found myself in agriculture.
Wow.
Yeah, I found myself in farming.
How has agriculture shaped your journey?
One thing I should say is that the garden is my biggest learning center.
Okay.
Yes.
Talk to us about the learning from the garden.
When it comes to farming, everything you do, or whenever you're at the farm, you're creating. Every day you have something that just gets to your mind and you feel you want to do better. And I think there is a reason as to why God decided to have the garden as the very first activity that humans can do to be in position to sustain them. Because while you are at the farm, you're creating.
Yes.
While you're at the farm, you're innovating.
Yeah.
You're learning from all the mistakes that you have done. You're learning from all these impacts of climate change that are affecting your crop yield. Because you're on ground. It's a bit different from someone that is talking about it at a distance. But if you're on ground, directly interacting with the crops, directly interacting with the bees, you will know that when we have a heat wave, the bees will not have enough forage because all the crops will have dried up. Then what will be there to be pollinated?
Yes.
There will be nothing to be pollinated. So the bees will not be in position to get pollen to make honey, which is their food. And then also that affects me as a bee farmer. Because then I will not have a good harvest because there is no honey in the hive. So then it clicks to you and you want to know, okay, in events where there is a heat wave, what can I do?
Yes.
Then your mind starts creating on the different things that you should do. And then you'll know, okay, I need to have more sunflower. I need to have an apiary that the bees can depend on and not just depend on neighbors, crops or crop yields and all that. And then also, the other thing is that when you happen to, recently we were in position to, this very season, we wanted to venture into onions, onion growing. And I happened to have the young people conduct all the nursery beds and all that. And the onion nursery bed did not do well.
Yeah.
Completely.
Mm.
Yes. And I was following some lessons from YouTube and all that. Not until I wondered what was the problem. Now, when the agriculture officer came, he came and visited our farm. He told me that the place that perhaps you used to make your seed bed has some small weeds, or some small insects, that happen to cut the stem of the onions. So before you even make your seed bed, you have to understand or analyze the nature of the soil that you're going to make your seed bed from. Yes. And I think that brings it gave me an understanding of the reasons why we are being told to have a study on the soil before you can plant. So when you realize that there are those little insects, then you have to burn the soil. Yes, you burn the soil, and then you burn those little insects, so they will not be in position to, and then before you can have the seed bed work out for you. So I know I made a loss, but I know next time I'll not be doing the same. So it is a learning space for me.
Well, mentioning that, most of us fear agriculture because
yeah, I agree.
most of us probably we are employed in the urban setting.
Yeah.
And I've had a couple of friends, even me personally, I've invested in agriculture, but it was a very hard learning lesson.
Okay.
And different couple of friends, it has been a very hard lesson. How do you pursue those challenges in agriculture? Because there are so many, from workers to probably harvesting to theft to climatic change to there's so many challenges. As an agriculturalist, how have you handled the different challenges that you've got? Probably would start with the climatic change that is happening. We're off air, we're actually talking about last November and December, how there was a heat wave.
Yeah.
So how can we address those challenges?
So one thing that you have to know, or what our audiences have to know, is that agriculture is a full-time job.
Yes.
It's not part-time. It's not a job where you're going to sit in your comfort zones of Kampala and send money to our one Elizabeth Nandera in Busia and say, buy me land and practice this kind of farming for me. No. Agriculture is a full-time job. It requires you to be on ground. I study over the weekend, and during the weekdays, I'm always in Busia.
Yes.
Because even when I have a farm manager on ground, even when I have young people, the youth that we work with on ground, I have to be there to monitor every step of it all. Yeah. Because one thing you have to know is that most of the young people do not have the knowledge of the climate change that we have for us that have been exposed to the climate change world. Because even following the fact that the terminologies of climate change are a bit complex. Actually, they're very complex for them. So for you that understands, you have now to calm down and zero that knowledge to localize that knowledge to the young people, to the youth, to the farm manager, to know how to go about the challenges that now we are talking about. Yes. So the heat wave that we've been talking about that happened, the dry season that happened during the November, when we were least expecting it. Yeah. One of the solutions that we thought we should do is have the water harvesting initiative at our farm. Because right now we are yet to have the irrigation system. And I'm very hopeful to God that we shall be having soon. But at the moment, we are yet to have that. And many of the farmers cannot afford the irrigation system. I mean, it's very expensive. Extremely expensive. So the least they can do is having that water harvesting activity being done, so that they can reserve some water that they can use during the hot season, just in case the sun comes when they least expect it, or when we least expect it. Yes.
This is nice. So how best can one venture into agriculture? Where is the starting point?
Well, the starting point is passion. Yeah, you have to have passion for it. Yes, because agriculture is really exhausting. Extremely.
Many people talk about lack of resources in agriculture. Do you believe in lack of resources in agriculture to start agriculture?
Okay, partly I I don't fully agree. Maybe because I'm privileged I may be speaking from a privileged point of view and may not be in position to understand the other people. Because now for me, I'm privileged that I have the piece of land. I'm privileged that I have now the knowledge of every step of farming. And I have the market for my produce. So I might be speaking from a privileged point of view. Yes. And not be in position to have an understanding of the other people that you're talking about. But one thing that I know is that agriculture, like any other sector, there are times when it does very well, and there are times when it is a bit disappointing. Yes. And when it comes to farm yields, like for instance, beans, you don't have to keep them for a very long time, to stock them for a very long time. They get bean weevils. And that will lessen the kind of quality of the beans that you have. So when you happen to have the beans you harvest the beans at a time when they are on market, well and good. You'll get some good money. But if they're not on market, you'll still sell them off, but still have some money. So it's not completely serious losses. So your question, I don't understand lack of resources in what terms? In terms of market, in terms of land? Because I know most of the young people do not have land. That one, I'm very sure.
Land and probably capital to start off, and probably knowledge.
Okay, so now when it comes to land, most of the young people do not have land. That one, I can attest to it because I work with the youth in Busia, and most of the young people in that I work with do not have land completely. So even some of them come and request, Elizabeth, can we have a portion on your piece of land so that we can plant maybe maize or maybe tomatoes? And I'm always like, why not? I mean, come on board as long as you are in position to take care of the crops to standard. Because for us, we work on standard. If it's not standard, it's a demo farm. We have farmers come to learn. So if they find a crop that is failing, then it does not bring out the image that we are trying to portray as we'll see at Paradise Farms. So I know young people do not have land, most of them, but I also at a certain time I didn't have land, but now I have because I knew I needed to venture into agriculture. So whenever I would get money, I would save up for buying a plot of land or So everything that we do not have at the moment, you just have to plan and work towards achieving what you do not have. When it comes to market, did you talk about market too? When it comes to market, it is very important to advertise yourself. Otherwise, how would Derek know that I sell honey if I had not put myself out there? Like in our introductions, you got to realize that I thought I had ever met him. Little did I know that we've only been having a conversation online. So put your product out there. Make sure it's on quality. Have people test it. Because it's those people that shall refer you to others. And that's how our honey market has bloomed. For me, I don't harvest and spend 2 months with honey in stock. And annually, actually every season we harvest at most 250 liters of honey. But you can imagine we do not stock that honey for 2 months. People start asking for honey even before us going to harvest, because now I already have people that already want honey for the next season. They'll tell you, Elizabeth, I've booked you. A pharmacist will be like, I've booked you for the next harvest because your honey is good. Your bees feed on good forage. You don't have any additive in your honey. So with the market, we create it ourselves. You put yourself out there. So you don't expect the government to give you the market for your produce. You look out, you go to the marketplaces. If you're doing some other crop yields, find out how the market is faring. You know, reach out to regional markets. I happen to attend a COMESA TOT. And I am a trainer for COMESA here in Uganda for the youth. So look out for such opportunities and look out for regional markets as well. You don't have to limit yourself to your community. You might be saying there is no market, and you're saying there is no market because you are in the village and you do not know that there is market perhaps in Kampala or in Kenya or in Zambia through COMESA. You know, legalize yourself. What are you doing as an adult having a business entity and you're not legal? Because who is going to buy from you something that it's very important that you get a trade license. I mean, those are things that people take for granted, but they really market us. They really market our produce. And then when it comes to capital, that's when I am not siding with the young people. If you have, let me start with the government. There are so many opportunities that the government has given us as young people.
Yeah.
You might have your own reasons as to why you're supporting a particular person or a particular president. I do not disagree with you.
Yes.
But I'm saying, have you taken advantage of the government that is on right now? Because there are many opportunities. By the time they come up with the fact that they are saying they are securing the gains, that means there are things that they have done, right?
Yeah.
So have you taken advantage of the PDM? I have 50 hives at my farm, but how I acquired them? PDM money.
Wow.
And now I'm making money out of honey.
Yes.
So how are you taking advantage of government? Are you sitting back and saying, Bakoba siwagira president kati sigenda? No. It is your life, it is your future. At the end of the day, you're taking an individualized kind of initiative. You're not going to be dependent to whatever president you like so much. I don't disagree with you, but please take advantage of these government opportunities.
Yeah.
Take advantage of these youth conferences. You talked about knowledge. Why are you not knowledgeable when there are so many conferences, so many conversations on X? I'm always on X, listening to young people that are in the same field. The likes of Denise. She's very well knowledgeable in the field.
Yeah.
So why aren't you listening to people that have gone ahead of you in your very own field?
Yeah.
So you have no excuse to say that I'm not knowledgeable. What do you mean you're not knowledgeable? With all these resources that we have, you have a smartphone and you're not knowledgeable? No. Don't say that. Don't say that.
So,
Yeah.
as we were talking,
Yeah.
you mentioned something about the bees depending on the produce and all that.
Yeah.
Give us some knowledge about ecosystems in the agriculture sector.
Okay, so one thing that you have to know is that agriculture is an all-around kind of thing. So we have the crop production,
Yeah.
yes? And then there is the beekeeping, you know? And we have also cattle keeping as well.
Yeah.
So the crops, we make, for us to be in position to feed the soils,
Yes.
for the soils to feed us. Actually, that is one of the things that we do, feed the soils so that they can feed you.
That's a nice one. Feed the
Yeah.
soil so that they can
Yeah.
feed you.
When you feed the soils, they feed you.
Yes.
So you don't have to just cultivate your land. You have to put some bit of things that boost the soil fertility, because that's how best you can feed your soil. So from the cattle keeping, we get the cow dung and use the different green grass, dry grass, and woody. We call it woody, and we mix it all up. Maybe sometime you'll call me and talk about all that, all that. Making of compost. Then you make compost. You make your compost, and when you make your compost, you put it in the soil, and then the soil will be in position. The crops shall be in position to grow very well because the soil is fertile. There is fertility. Yes, and then when the crops grow, there's a stage when they need to be pollinated. Because for them to yield, for them to fruit, they have to be pollinated. And nowadays we have very few butterflies, you know. So I don't know when you last saw a butterfly around, but some of these other pollinators are rare lately. So then we have to be in position to conserve other bees that we have. So when the plant grows, it has to be pollinated, and then that's when the bees come on board. They come and pollinate. As they're pollinating the plant, they are picking the pollen to go and make their food, which is honey. And as they're making honey, they produce more. The queen bee will be in position to have many other bees, like produce more bees, and the colony is going to be strong. So that only means that whenever the bees, the colony gets strong, the family becomes big. That means that we need more forage because the population, it's just like kids at home. Every colony is a family. Yes, when you have many children, they need to be fed. So then more bees, more forage. Yes, so then you have to plant more crops. It also inspires the planting of many other crops and trees. You know, bees, even bananas. Bees love bananas, yellow bananas, yes, and other flowers, also sunflower. I never knew at any one point I would plant sunflower for not only for the bees. At first I thought for the bees, but then now we are venturing into commercialized kind of farming through sunflower. But I didn't plan that at all. So, like I said,
it's a learning.
Yeah, the garden is is the best learning field for me. Yes. So that's the entire preservation of the ecosystem.
Moving on from agriculture, to climatic change.
Okay.
Last year I saw you at a couple of events.
Yeah.
There was the Youth Climate
Adaptation Day.
Adaptation Day.
Yeah.
You also, I think you had one here. There was also one in Zambia.
Yeah.
Talk to us. I like the initiative. That's how actually I was really intrigued.
Okay.
Mostly the community activity that you did in Banda
Okay.
of cleaning the environment. So when I invited you and you said yes to this podcast,
Okay.
the first thing that came to my head was this picture that is trending online of the floods in downtown and then people throwing bottles and everything. So talk to us, how important is climatic change in terms of identifying what leads to climatic change and how can we preserve our environment?
Okay. So, Derek, you started with highlighting the different activities that we had in 2025.
Yeah.
With climate adaptation and all the activities that we had.
Yeah.
Now, United Soaring Youth Africa as an organization is currently the focal point organization of the Youth Adaptation Network here in Uganda, and a Global Center on Adaptation. And the different activities that we've had them both here in Uganda, and I've been in Zambia, I've been in Nairobi, Kenya, but they've had quite a number of other activities all over Africa, yes, and other parts of the world. So those are initiatives under Global Center on Adaptation. We help them replicate. We are partnering with them to be in position to replicate all these activities in our different countries. Yes. So in 2025, we had quite a number of activities. We had youth engagement. We started with a youth adaptation forum in Makerere, where we brought young people together that are into, young leaders actually, that are into the climate change environment to come together and talk about all these different impacts of climate change and how we can adapt to the impacts of climate change.
Yes.
Because they are the impacts. And now how do we adapt to the impacts of climate change? So as young leaders, we came together and we came up with resolutions. We developed a communique that highlighted the different activities that we can start with the resources that we have, things that we can do to adapt to the impacts of climate change. And then we had yet another activity at the ministry of water and environment, where we still had other young people come on board and still have an extended discussion on climate change adaptation, on NDCs and NAPs, because it is very important for us to get into the policy and all these other activities that are in line with climate change, and government, because like I was telling you, if you're not working with government, you'll be restrained from doing some other activities because those are the people that God has ordained to lead us. So it is very imperative, very important that we work with them. Yes, that's why we had that initiative still at the Ministry of Water and Environment. And it was very fruitful. And then we had one at the slum area in Banda. Yes. And the reason as to why I wanted us to organize a hands-on kind of activity, because initially we were supposed to just have a conference. But then I talked to my team and told them that we've had quite a number of conferences. And whenever we have conferences, we have young people coming on board. But it's very important because all these activities that we are talking about are interconnected. How about we have what we are dialoguing about, things that we are talking about. How about we go practical about them? Because most of the impacts of climate change, climate change heavily impacts agriculture. But maybe there is no so much agriculture in Kampala,
Kampala.
and that is where the conferences are happening.
Yes.
So then what should we do? Then I'll tell them. Then I was like, okay, then maybe we can go to a slum area,
Yeah.
because climate change affects people differently,
Differently.
sectors differently.
Mm.
So we go to a slum area in Banda, partnering with Every Life organization
Yeah.
that is actively in the community,
Mm.
because the fact that we were never there,
Yeah.
we had to partner with
Partner,
people that
yeah.
are already known in the place.
Mm.
And then that's how we got to realize that there is very poor waste management
Mm.
in that slum area.
Yeah.
And then we had to come up with ideas, on-ground ideas. You know, until you experience something,
Yeah.
you will not know how the people are affected in that area.
Yeah.
But then we were given a clear picture
Mm.
how these people, yes, I know they are living in a slum community, that they are living in a swampy area,
Yeah.
a place that places that they're not supposed to be in.
Yeah.
But now they are there.
Mm.
They are there. They are living there. They've given birth to children.
Yeah.
You know, there are generations that
Yeah.
are sprouting from that area.
Yeah.
So then, how can they live in that place, but be still be in position to be in position to contribute to the wellness of the environment without being hazardous
Yeah.
to the environment? Because I also noticed that some students from Chambogo University
Yeah.
that happen to rent in that slum area, because that's where the cheapest accommodation is.
Yes.
So then, should we say that we should do away with the people
No.
because now they are affecting the environment by staying in a swampy area?
No.
Or should we come up with adaptive measures for them to live in an area, but also be in position to protect the environment?
Yeah.
So that's how we come up with the cleaning up campaign of that place. And we still have conversations on how we can have young people be innovative.
Yeah.
Wherever there is a problem, there is an opportunity to be innovative, to be creative, to come up with something that is both income generating and that will solve the problem of unemployment in the area, that also speaks to insecurities, and then at the same time protecting the environment.
Yeah.
So with climate change and the different adaptation activities that we've had, we identify the climate change problems in particular areas and see how well we can adapt with the resources that we have. Yes.
You mentioned something, actually two things
Yeah.
that I'm really passionate about.
Okay.
One was collaborations
Yeah.
and youth dealing with the problems at hand.
Yeah.
How important is collaborations, and how important is it for us as youth to come up with solutions to the problems that are within our community? I like that you highlighted that actually problems bring in a bit of income through solutions.
Yeah.
So many youth have this thing that they need work. The rate of unemployment is high.
Yeah.
So as youth, how important is collaboration, networking, and identifying problems within our communities to attain us income to solve the bigger problems at hand?
So we are built differently, Derek,
Yeah.
and we have completely different potentials. We solve or react to problems differently.
Yeah.
So the aspect of collaboration from experience, I work with friends. My network is really filled with people that I have been with through school, especially law school.
Yeah.
And most of the people on my board at United Soaring Youth Africa are fellow students from law school.
Yeah.
So collaboration, the very first thing that really sparks out is the ability to learn from each other.
Yeah.
That one, if you take it for granted, I'll meet Derek and I'll see something amazing about him. And if I do not take it from him and be in position to implement it, then I'll not have learned.
Yes.
Yeah. The vindication of all knowledge is fruit. So even if you have as much knowledge or you get to learn from very many people and you cannot yield fruit from that knowledge that you've acquired, then you've not learned.
I like that.
You shouldn't tell us that you have learned.
Yes.
Yeah. So because for us, we shall look at the fruit.
Yes.
Yeah, you learned from Derek that he's a podcaster and you'd love to establish your own podcast. And he's always bringing on board quite a number of people. How have you been in position to, have your own? Or what are you doing at the moment?
Yes.
You may not have a studio, but you can use your TikTok platform.
Yeah.
and invite your friends. You start from there.
Yeah.
Yes, and have your thing moving.
Yes.
My mentor is one of the leading agriculturalists in Uganda. But if I cannot replicate what he's doing at his farm, then I cannot say that I'm a good farmer.
Yeah.
I will not say that, my mentor is a farmer, that's why I'm doing farming. And yet what you're doing at your farm is wanting. Come on. So it's very important to yield fruit from the collaborations that we have.
Yeah.
Yes. And also it nurtures character. You learn how to deal with problems differently.
Yes.
As young people, as young leaders, there are so many challenges. We are struggling to have partnerships. We are struggling to have the funding.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are struggling to everything. It's just struggle all through, But then you meet a one Derek that even if they don't have 1,000 shillings in their pocket, it's just a way they are okay. They're not mentally affected because of lack of funds. If say they're missing out on something, or if other young people are moving ahead and he's still behind, he's not affected by that. He knows there's time for everyone. So you meet someone and you see how they just react to problems, how they handle situations. And if you find it good, you have to learn from it. You shouldn't say, for me, I'm a different kind of person. This is how No. If you find something better, immediately plan to be, to fit in such a space. You shouldn't be stuck on who you are when who you are is actually not completely is pulling you aback. So that is one of the most important elements of collaboration. Then secondly, I'm a beef farmer, but the biggest market that I have is my friends.
Wow.
Yeah, is my friends. So you do not take your friends for granted. Because while Derek will buy 1 liter of honey or 500 mils of honey, there is a pharmacist that is going to come for 100 liters of honey.
Yes.
But that does not really take away the fact that Derek also took a 1 liter bottle of honey. They also contributed to your profit. So friends, everything that you're doing, your very first people or your very first customers, your first clients are your friends. And by the way, a friend can even support you when they do not want the product.
It's the beginning of knowing that actually the product is can be bought.
Yes. A friend can support you when they do not want the product. I know of a friend who doesn't like honey. But whenever I have the honey, oh, Elizabeth, you've already harvested. Can I? But I know she doesn't like honey. I know she doesn't like honey. She just buys the honey and maybe gives to her mother or her father. I don't know whatever she does with it, but she always buys the honey. So that collaboration, the kind of relationship you have, because she knows when she buys a tin of honey, she's contributing to education sector. She's contributing to the education of 1 or 2 children. Yes. So the collaborations that we have are very important. And then the very last one, it is the people that we deal with, depending on the kind of strength that you have. Because now if I find someone that is doing something amazing, and I would want them to share their story, I know someone that is doing podcasts, and that is Derek. That is I collaborated with Derek, but now I have someone that is doing amazing, and I would ask, how would you like to share your story? And I'd be like, yes, I would. Oh, there's this gentleman that is doing podcasts. Would you like to share? And they will come and share their story on lessons to my diary. If there is someone, I'm not into mental health, but if there is someone that is so much vested into mental health, I know I have a friend that has an organization that has had activities around mental health, who is a GABA patient. I'll reach out to her and be like, hey, patients, would you like to have an engagement with this kind of person? They're in your field. That is collaboration. If there is a friend that I met in Zambia, but this is a true story, in Zambia during the GCA Adaptation Forum activity, and when I presented my agriculture activities, that's the friend that particular friend is the one who connected me to COMESA. And now exactly from Zambia, like, oh, Elizabeth, there is this COMESA training, would you like to join? They want a youth female that is in agriculture, would you like to join? And I'm like, yeah, I would. So she just shares my details, and then they send me an email, and I attend their conference. They pay for my plane ticket and all that, and I deliver. And now I'm given a responsibility to be in position to train fellow young people on an activity that is underway. So collaboration, really, you don't take for granted. Actually, for me, if I'm in collaboration with someone that I'm not adding to, or that is not adding to me, then you'll see me getting lost. I just get lost. I just get lost, really.
You're multi-talented. I'm trying to figure out your life. In one line, what is your life?
Wow. Isn't that more of a personal question?
I'm just trying to figure it out. Because you're doing law school.
Yeah.
You're an agriculturalist. You have this climatic youth adaptation community network. You a bee farmer. How do you combine all those things to succeed? Because always people are saying you can't be the master of all. You can be the master of one, but it's working for you. How are you getting these things to work for you?
Okay, I think what people mean by you cannot be a master of all is not necessarily being a person that is spearheading everything. So I might be everywhere, but I'm not spearheading everything everywhere.
Yes.
So one of the things I should say that I realized and understood my responsibility, because I know if I don't play some parts well, it's not just me that will be failing out. There are people that are attached to those particular activities that will be completely missing out. And for them, they may be more damaged than I shall be damaged. So when you understand your responsibility in a particular sector, say for instance, law school, with that one, it directly affects me. So I know if I don't attend class on Saturday, when the CAT or exams come, it's me that will face it rough. I'll end up maybe getting a retake, and at the end of the day, I have to pay again for that paper, and it will affect me greatly. So I will know that one will affect me. So by all means, I have to find time for the law. And then when it comes to agriculture, I know this is a field that is generating income for children's education, for the education. It's generating income to sustain the organization. So then if I happen to step back, if I happen to step aside, or even not follow the principles that I have laid to be in position to fulfill the different activities that we have in farming, then quite a number of things, quite a number of people shall be missing out. Yes, when it comes to climate change, being a focal point person of Youth Adaptation Forum here in Uganda by GCA is a responsibility. So I have to play it well, so that fellow young leaders that are in this field also benefit from the global opportunities, from the global opportunities that await with the young people. Because they're impacting their network, a network that I do not know about. So it is very important. So the most important thing is for you to realize and understand your responsibility as a person, as an individual. You know that this is the space that you're in. And for us young people, we are at an added advantage because we are sober, we are active, we are adaptive. Really, you have no reason to say, I am not doing this because I am tired. Come on. You're still very young to be getting tired. I keep on telling my friends, and I think I would like to share it here as well, that I would want to retire at 35.
Wow.
Yes. I want to, by the time I'm 35 or after 35, I should be doing things that are not straining. I should be doing things that are not taking a lot of my time. So this is the time when I'm straining. This is the time when I'll do a lot of movements. I'm in Busia, Kampala, Kagadi, Mbale, Nairobi, Zambia. But after 35, I should get a conference and be like, no, let me recommend a one young Derek that is just now coming up to go and represent me.
Wow, this is a different sort of mind. Moving from that, I've noticed that you're also an entrepreneur. What is the biggest lesson you've learned within the entrepreneurship journey?
Well, the biggest lesson, I wouldn't say it is the biggest, but because the entrepreneurship field has quite a number of lessons.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and they're all very important. I wouldn't say this is the biggest
Yes.
of all.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all very important lessons because they contribute to your betterment. They contribute to how you react to different failures. But one thing that I should highlight that maybe somehow when people face it, they get demoralized.
Yeah.
Is the fact that there's no way that you're going to win all the time.
Yeah.
There's always a moment when you get huge losses.
Okay.
And that does not mean that you do not stand up again. I mean, if someone says stand up again, it seems as an easy statement.
Yeah.
But it is very hard. But you keep going. People have said all these things. You keep going even when you're tired, even when you're demoralized, even when you have been underestimated. Because as youth, we are always underestimated. Yeah. We are always underestimated. But you keep going because you're not building your brand depending on how people are perceiving you.
Yeah.
You're building your brand depending on the generations you want to transform.
Yes.
So time is going to come when it's not Elizabeth's face, but time is going to come when it is some other person's face. Yes. So how do you lay a ground for the vision that you're partaking to be in position to have the person that will be coming after you to stand stronger than you did? Yeah.
One lesson I noticed about you that is a business lesson is the fact that you started your business not for yourself, which is something that I've learned along the way.
Okay.
Business is about service.
Yeah.
So I loved it when you mentioned that you actually started agriculture because of the children.
Yeah.
So that was the lesson I was looking out for.
Okay.
It really, really stood out for me.
Okay.
It was something that really stood out for me.
Okay.
As we wind up, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? And what are your last remarks to the viewers?
Well, 5 years from now, well, one of the places that I see myself into, I'm not going to speak it on air because because it might backfire. I might have people looking for me. Oh, Elizabeth, so you mean? No.
You're not ready for the ruckus.
No. I want to keep my life a bit calm.
Yeah.
Yes. But 5 years from now, as Elizabeth, I see myself in a position of having played a very critical role in the lives of people.
Yeah.
Especially in the education sector.
Yeah.
Because we do not only contribute to their academia in schools.
Yes.
But we also train them in the agriculture sector. So
yeah.
they are gaining the skill. So I look forward to being in a position where I am a bit satisfied, especially with the kids that I started with. Because 5 years from now, one of them will have actually finished university.
Wow.
Yeah. One of them will have finished university. So that is something that I take pride in.
Yeah.
So 5 years from now, I see myself satisfied, especially in the lives of the young people that I'm working with. I see myself in a position where I have been in position to contribute to the growth and development of the fellow youth that I'm working with. I would love to see fellow young people have tangible results from collaborating with me, or even having ever related with me at some point.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's the kind of satisfaction I would want to experience 5 years from now. But I also see myself as now personally, I see myself as a good businesswoman.
Yeah.
That is supplying agriculture produce all over Africa, or even beyond. But I really have interest in Africa. So I see myself supplying beyond Uganda through COMESA and maybe other entities that God shall be bringing forth for me to collaborate with.
Wow.
Yeah.
Last remarks to the viewers?
Well, our dear audiences, it feels very good to be now the one speaking to you. I always listens to my diary.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it really feels good that we've climaxed our conversation with Derek here. And I really just want to thank all of you for your time. It's very important. It really means a lot to myself and to Derek as well that you go to listen to this podcast to the end of it. To the end of it. There's so much to watch on social media, but the fact that you have come to the end of this podcast really means a lot to us. And we pray that whatever you've had really has something that does to your life as an individual. And as you go on with your own individualized kind of lifestyle as a young person, as a youth leader, or as a person in a particular space, it is very important for us to embrace all the activities that we are doing in our different fields, embrace the challenges that we are facing, and find ways to be in position to solve the challenges that you have. You may not be in position to solve them alone as an individual, but trust me, the people in your circle, they are people that can help you. If you don't have those kinds of people, I would advise that you try to expand your circle more. And then one thing that I should love to as well tell fellow young people is that do not take for granted the conferences that you're being invited to. Please do not, even if they're not giving you transport allowances. I started attending conferences in 2022.
Wow.
Yes. And if there is something that shaped everything, I registered my organization in 2023. Anything that shaped every activity that we've been talking about right now, it's the knowledge that I got from the different conferences that I attended. There is so much knowledge that is shared, so much wisdom that is shared in those rooms. But if you leave the wisdom in those rooms, or if it can only spark you, and at the end of the day your light dims, then we shall not be in position to see the fruit that you're capable of bringing forth. We want to see you blossom. We want to see your light, like Derek, Lessons to My Diary. The world wants to see the best of you. Even yourself, the generations after you want to pride in what you're doing or what you intend to do. So do not take conferences for granted, especially if you're very much vested in these particular fields. Conferences come on board with different fields. So just realize what field you align with, and then you go into that space, have yourself in there, learn. If there is an X-space discussion, conversation, please log in. It does not really, they usually come at night. So just have your AirPods in and listen to wisdom, and then make sure that you put that wisdom, you bring that wisdom to reality, especially if it speaks to you. And it's very important that as I'm winding up, it's very important that we take heed in the things that invite us. That's why I was very, very vested in telling us that you should attend conferences that are in line with the things that invite you. If it is agriculture, please attend those conferences that are speaking to agriculture, climate change, because when you talk about climate change, you're talking about agriculture, since climate change affects agriculture. And people's activities in the agriculture sector also affect the climate change. So take heed in the things that invite you. Attend those conferences, attend the X discussions, attend the Zoom meetings, read about all these articles that people are writing about. Go to LinkedIn and reach out to people that are doing things that you're interested in. LinkedIn is one of the most professional platforms. There are people that really, they're already sharing amazing work. There is a lady that I follow under the Bill Gates Foundation. She shares quite a number of opportunities under the Bill Gates Foundation in the agricultural activity. So unless you're present and unless you're taking heed of the things that are inviting you, then you'll not be in position. You'll miss out on quite a number of things. And at this stage, only miss when you did not know. And when you're not knowing was inevitable. But if you have a smartphone, make sure you're not missing on any youth opportunities. Because the moment you're after 35, you'll want to apply for all these youth opportunities, and they will be closed. You'll be already an adult. I mean, we're already adults, but you'll be already above the age, and you live in regret, which is something that I don't wish for any one of us. Lastly,
Lessons to My Diary has a culture of threes.
Okay.
The first three is a lesson in health,
Okay.
a lesson in wealth, a
Mm-hmm.
lesson in relationship.
Oh. Okay.
Then the next three is three people you would love to see on this podcast.
Okay. So a lesson in health. One thing that keeps driving me right from when I was little is prevention is better than cure.
Yeah.
So if you're in position to prevent any healthy complications, even when it comes to health to do with your mental health, if
Yeah.
you can prevent what is going to break your mental capacity, like depression, please prevent it. Don't allow yourself to be in a position where you're depressed. So, is it cat? Wow. So we start.
No, you can proceed from what? We'll cut from.
Okay, so I start.
Mm.
So when it comes to the lesson in health, one thing that has driven me from since I was little is the fact that prevention is better than cure.
Yeah.
So if there is, it does not only end with AIDS, by the way, because that's where the statement came in from, or where I first heard it from.
Yeah.
But prevention is better than cure all through. So if you can prevent a particular health complication, even if it's mental health problems, if you can prevent what is going to break your mental health, then prevent it. Refuse to just be in the state of depression, even when you're going through quite a number of challenges. Just refuse to be depressed. Refuse to cut off your friends, just prevent that. So that is one for health. And then a lesson in health. In wealth. Yeah. Lesson in wealth. You have to be very intentional about doing things that your children's children are going to benefit from. And you can start as early as now. You don't have to first give birth to children. I have a farm that we are doing activities, but whenever I am doing all the activities at the farm, I know I am laying a foundation for the children that shall come after me. And I do not have children as yet. So at the back of your mind, wealth creation is should I say added on when different generations have been there.
Yeah.
So if I am the first generation in that farm, the next generation is going to be better. Then the next generation after that generation is going to be better as well. So you should think about generations when it comes to wealth creation. It shouldn't stop with you. That is money making. But if you're creating wealth, it is generational. Yeah.
Relationships?
Well, I'm not very good when it comes to relationships, but
Wow.
yeah. So I'm not very good when it comes to relationships because, first of all, I have not been there. I'm not the kind of person that gives what I'll not handle time. So I always stop it at the initial stages.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe let us redo it. Can we redo it?
Yes, we can redo
Because now I was thinking of relationships in terms, but we can have relationships even.
Actually, I was going to. Why I always ask that question is I come back to you and then tell you. I like it when I measure relationship people.
Yeah, because I mean that's just how we are wired. Because
That's how you're wired.
Please can we redo it? Thank you for clarifying. Then I'll have something. I'll have something to say. Oh my god. Oh wow.
Most people are rewired, so it's a trigger.
Thank God.
So you're fallen into. You're the first guest that has actually fallen. Okay, we repeat that.
Oh God, I was going to sweat on that. Yeah.
So a lesson in relationship.
So when it comes to relationship, it is very important for us to understand and learn what other people hold for us and recognize it.
Yeah.
Yes. And one thing that has really helped me, Derek, in my field of work and how I relate with the people that God has brought on board with me is that I'm very appreciative of however little, whatever small kind of contribution that person has done in my life. Yes. So even the friends that I have, the people that help me build the organization, when I reach a particular point in time when I am blooming, when I am blossoming, or when there is a project, so for example, the projects that we have with GCA, the very first people that I reach out to are the people that were there when I was just starting. Yes. So that's the least I can do to show them a token of appreciation that is a bit tangible. Yes. So with relationships, it's very important that we embrace however little thing that our friends genuinely do for us. Yeah, that one is very key. And then even when you have misunderstandings or as for conflicts, they have to happen, because what is a friendship without conflict? It actually doesn't sound fun. I would be bored if I had a friend that we never conflict with. So even in times of conflict, find a way of harmonizing. Yes, if you happen to realize that your friend, say for instance Derek, is into another space and we don't have the same interest, does not take away the fact that you have to relate still. So remain friends. Do not cause all this ruckus of we are no longer together, so don't tell me. No, please continue checking out on your friend. There is always that feeling that comes when Derek is mentioned, if Derek was your friend. So please treasure that. Yep.
3 people you'd love to see on Lessons to My Diary?
Whoa. Okay. The very first person that I should love to see on Lessons to My Diary. Should they have to be youth, all of them?
No. Anyone who can give youth knowledge, anyone who can educate youth.
Okay, so the very first one is my very good friend called Atwine Blessed Mogisha. He's my mentor. He mentored me through law school. And right now he's out of law school. But he's a person that is knowledgeable and is a very kind person. So I would really want for him to share his maybe story or share with Lessons to My Diary, because I know the audience will be in position to benefit from him. Yes. And then secondly, I would love to hear from Ayebare Denise as well. She has done quite a number of things. She works with refugees in different African countries, and that is a plus for me to her. And we would like to know, because there are some young people that have the exact passion that she has for refugees, to contribute to the lives of people, but they are yet to know how to start. Yes. Or even when they have started, they are facing challenges. So it would be good to hear from her right from the starting point, and up to where she is, how she has been positioned to grow all through the stages. Yes, so that young people can learn and relate with the thing she's doing. And then the very last person I would want for you to bring on board is my colleague Nicholas. He's also a very good friend of mine that I work with at United Soaring Youth Africa. Yes, I would also want for him to share his story. He's an innovator. He has Afrotime, a water retention kind of project. So I would want for him to come and share his story as well. He's also a very kind person. And when I say very kind, I'm working with these people, and I know what I mean by very kind. Very selfless. They're people that are looking at generational transformation. Yes, they give when they do not expect anything. They start projects when they're not looking at the funding. Yes. So those are the 3 people.
Wow. It's been an honor, Elizabeth.
Thank you for having me.
I'm glad you really poured so much knowledge, not only into me, not only into the audience, but to me as well.
Okay, I'm glad.
I'm passionate about agriculture, climate change, and all that. I've partly done agriculture, so I was really interested. And I'm glad I have you in my networks. I want to start to be keeping soon.
Oh, please do. You're very welcome.
So I'm going to be popping up.
I'm very open. I'm available.
It's been a pleasure.
Yep.
Nice. Ciao.